I want to just fast forward it, but then when I think back that it's been 8 months, it seems like it's flying. I guess days go slow, weeks go fast. Is that what someone said once? Years go fast. I guess months. How's everybody doing? Give people a chance to join up, although not like I'm really starting anything. Hey everybody, good to see you. Good to see everybody. Another month anniversary thing. Hey, Hollyhock. Boy, a lot of people. These are already got 160 people. Doing all right, I think. Good evening. It's always a fun thing to say. You guys have a good Sunday? Anybody get to go to church? Or is it all quarantine stuff at home? Did anybody actually get to leave to go to church? I'm kind of curious. For those of you that go to church. Good evening. Hey, Aunt Josie, good to see you. Well, we had church from home as we always do, quarantine or not, so. Went to church, then jail. I don't think it's actually against the law, right? I mean, there's no actual law. They were jailing some people, though. I heard someone got jailed in Florida, so maybe it is. I keep hearing all kinds of stuff about it being unconstitutional and they can't stop us from doing it, blah, blah, blah. Not that we want to push it for whatever reason, but I'm just curious. There's not actually a law, right? I mean, some of the governors have been very strict, and of course they're not doing it and probably get in trouble by somebody. But I wonder legally if they're in trouble. No crowds over 10. I think that's universal. They've said that at a federal level, but it's not like they codified a law, right? So how does that actually work? I mean, I have 10 people in my house. Does that mean I get arrested just for leaving? You know, I mean, obviously I wouldn't call a regular life a gathering. I'm just kind of curious if you pushed against it. Order was made by the sheriff and the pastor defied it and was arrested. Ah. Lots of gray area, sure. I hear you, Jesse. I'm not saying that's what I want to do, but I hear you for darn sure. Older vlogs. Aw. Yeah, I have trouble watching them one of these days. 85,000 cases here. That's awful. I was just looking at some of those stats the other day. I think I mentioned about it. And of course, I got a bunch of people say, those aren't real stats. And I was like, aren't they? I don't know. I just read them somewhere. But I had looked it up in the 2017-2018 flu season. There was 45 million cases of the flu, resulting in 800,000 hospitalizations. And I think it was 66,000 deaths. So that was a lot. I think that's still more than now, although this is all very concentrated time. It'll be interesting to see when this is all done and a year has passed, what the final numbers ended up being. The pastor is dead because he got it. That's terrible. It was very terrible. Well, hey, you made it. Good to see you. First in weeks. Well, I'm glad we made it. How many people here had Corona November, December? I'm pretty sure I did. someone actually posted a comment on an old video that says, I think you guys had it here. And it was a video from one of my lives. I went back and watched it, and I said, oh, sorry, guys, I got sick, and my eyes are killing me. I thought I had pink eye, and, you know, I was like, wow. And it's amazing. And then it was shortly after that I took Hannah in to the hospital. I took her to urgent care because she was having trouble breathing. She was really laboring under her breathing. And I took her in, and they transferred her to ER, and they gave her a breathing treatment, and we sent her home. But I think they tested for the flu, and it wasn't the flu, and or pneumonia. I mean, tested for pneumonia, and it wasn't pneumonia. And so we went home. But I keep thinking we had it too. Can you get tested to see if they have antibodies? Maybe you can. Maybe you can. I don't know that I care, apart from the fact to just say that I had it or whatever. I won't talk about coronavirus all night long, I promise. So it's 8 months since Andrea passed away, and I think the shock's wearing off. I'm not near as shocked about it. I mean, I know she's dead, and it still sucks big time. But I think I'm handling it better. I'm feeling still very lost and confused and panicky at times, but I'm more able to handle it, I think. More able to handle it. 8-month heavenly birthday. I guess so. I guess that's how it goes. Initial panic isn't as strong. I think my panic now is more about the future. I think I definitely panic about where I'll be going from here. But not so much panicking that she's gone. I do sometimes. Especially when something comes up and I think, oh, Andrea would say this at this time, or she would say that. Or, sometimes I'll catch myself, like I was working down in the basement, working on the electrical stuff. I needed a ladder, a little step ladder to do some drilling into the side of the house where I was going to put a little vent, and I was trying to make it work without getting one. I could reach, but I wasn't very strong at pushing, and so I really needed one, and I was still trying to make it work. And I could hear Andrea say, Tommy, it'll take you 30 seconds to go get that. You should just go get it. And she'll, better yet, I'll go get it for you. And I totally said those things out loud, and those are the times that it's kind of hard. But first year you were in shock, second year was so hard. Really? Don't tell me that. So real, raw, recent. You know her for a long time. It'll take a long, long time. I guess so. Any viewers can help you with? Oh, thank you. Back to our roots. You're helping me with it right now. I mean, this is what you help me with. This is straight up therapy for me. Talking to other people and that kind of stuff is very nice and helpful. Provide what you need to make it through. I hope so, Carolyn. Andrea was your comfort zone. Absolutely. Absolutely. Ooh, ASMR. Eden loves that. You're great. Fantastic. That anyone would love to have you as their husband. Oh, you think? I hope so. Everybody says that in chat, but guy with 9 kids is a liability. What did you do today? So had church, and we had nachos. It was nachos on the rotation for after church lunch, and then I messed around on the computer for a little while, kind of a lazy day, and made chicken Alfredo. Then we went out and had a fire pit s'mores date with the family. Everybody was playing outside. We made s'mores, and it was a fun little evening. Well, thank you, Karen. That's awful sweet. Hey, Ann, good to see you. Andrea was a not in-person friend, so follow recipes and sewing videos. That's awesome. I'm glad to see it. You ever watch Andrea's old organization videos for help? I've watched a few videos here and there. I watched her video on how to make chicken Alfredo, bawled my eyes out. But then I wrote it down in my little notes, and that's how I follow that now. And I've watched a few other things to get tips and to learn how she did things. I did the laundry ones, how she did that, and that sort of a thing. But I haven't watched too many. I was watching the live dinners. They gave me a sort of comfort, and then I stopped. I haven't watched them in a little while. I would love to be a part of the family. What do you think? Love her baby videos. I know. I wish she had made more. I found like she wanted to write a book and about home birth, and I found a bunch of scribbled notes that she had. I don't think she ever got much farther than that, but I think he was going to call it Wild Birth. Why does that make me cry? Excuse me, dumb thing to tear up about. G'day. I love saying that. I don't get to say it that often. Mental health therapist with 30 years experience. Opening up these chats exactly what you need. Your grief is normal and you're coping very well. Thank you. I appreciate that very much. Still homeschooling? Yep, we certainly are. I have a lot of help from my mom and Andrea's sister Amy and Andrea's sister Bethany. Occasionally Mrs. Reeves comes in and helps Judah with his math and stuff. I think it's too small to tear up about. Yeah, I guess that's true. Well, yeah, it'd be good to see you. If you're new, press 1. That's fun. Do that. If you're new, press 1. Type a 1. FYI, your kids are not a liability. They are a bonus. They are to me. I mean, I have awesome kids. They're each so special. They totally are. Oh, there's a couple of some. Oh my gosh. Wait, Cindy, you're not new. Give me a break. Well, hey, welcome. If you're new, that's great. Which is a perfect time for gratuitous plug. If you're new to the channel, we do a lot of this kind of stuff. My wife has most of the channel full with organizing tips and vlogs and cooking things and organizational tips and a lot of neat things for large families. And got a little bit of that this side. She's passed away, and we're doing a lot of live videos now because that's what I have a lot of time for. But I'm starting to get more videos up. You guys notice I've got a few more videos up. I'm halfway through editing School Week 28 from last year, where Andrea was still alive. That'll be going up here before too long. And we'll get back more into that kind of thing with the topics videos. I want to do some topic videos and more scheduled type things and less spontaneous lives. But so yeah, if you haven't subscribed, hit the little subscribe button. It helps the channel a lot. And give us a thumbs up on the video while you're there. And married a man with 5 girls. Well, that's awesome. Whoa, what's going on with 2? You guys are all semi-new. And you post a pizza dough recipe. Actually, it's up there. I have a couple versions of it. It's probably time I do another one. I'm always changing the family recipe to get it closer and closer to Pizza Hut's pan pizza. That's my ultimate goal, is to totally clone Pizza Hut's pan pizza. I'm fairly certain they have a quality of flour with a protein count that's way high that I'd have a hard time replicating. And there's probably some other commercial ingredients that I'll never ever get. But I'm going to get as close as possible with just regular ingredients. Oh, I see. That's what they said. I gotcha. Well, that's a lot of 2s. Thank you, guys. We love you too. Round table pizza. I haven't seen a round table pizza in a long time. Well, if I can get you guys to do that, why don't you just thumbs up? Heck, Why waste your time typing a 2? That takes so many keystrokes. Just go down and hit that little thumbs up button. If you love these night chats, that's it, yeah. Do you make donuts? It's been a long time, but yes, I have been known to make donuts, and they're very good. They take a lot of prep. I hate letting stuff rise. When I sit down to make something, I want it to be right now. And so the donuts take a lot of time to rise right. And but it's been a while. I'm overdue for making donuts. Is it still snowing? Nope. All the snow is gone. It has been quite a nice spring day outside. What is your favorite meal? Oh, man. That's a hard thing to say. I go through different phases. I've been liking my own enchiladas for a long time. Recently, I've been making some cheese enchiladas I really like. And I like pizza. I don't know that I have a favorite, especially these days. When I lost her mom in March, her husband in May, and her sister in 2017. Wow. That's really tough. Those are all difficult, man. How's the mulch project going? You mean the mulch pile sitting in the yard? I mean, we scattered some around here and there. The amount of time I have to work on the house is very limited. It's basically Saturdays. And I always say, maybe I'll have time on Sunday, but then Sunday's basically a laze around day. That's just no way around it. I kind of half thought, maybe I'll do some drywalling today, but I absolutely did not do that. So, and then my Saturdays are all spent. I have so many ways I need to spend them, so many projects that need to be done. And, but I'm sure someday things will slow down again. Maybe God will send me a woman and I'll have more time to spend on projects. I never realized how much time life takes when you have so much to do. I mean, I don't know how you ladies do it. You know, just making dinner and laundry. Just dinner and laundry every day is a difficult thing. Juggling. You know, throw in a regular job and cleaning and all that stuff, and man, you have a recipe for no free time at all. Thumbs up up to 200. Oh, we'll see that. Great. Never did show us the bathroom. I guess I didn't. The laptop should be charged up a decent amount. I could probably show you a little bit later. Thank you, Anne. I don't think we even know how you do it, right? What's your favorite thing to do if you had an adult day with a friend? That's such a foreign concept to me. I would be feeling guilty the whole time of why I don't have my kids with me. I haven't had a day just to do something for myself in a long time. I don't think I'd enjoy it. So, I don't know. I can't even think of something. I go play Magic. Yeah, I play Magic. It's a card game at a local game shop. I do that on Friday nights. I very much look forward to that. So that's fun. I'd take the kids with me more than half the time. Most of the time, in fact. But anyway, sorry. I don't know what that's about. This is about your vegetable intake. Remember Andrea playing in the vegetable game with them when they yeah, we had a vegetable game for a while. I need to reinstate that. All responsibilities, doing a great job. I know it's hard trying to take some time for yourself. Time for yourself is overrated. Important to fill up your own cup and take care of you as well. I don't know what that means, but I suppose it is. Are you ready to date yet? Yeah, I'm ready to date. What PlayStation games your boys addicted to now? They're mostly playing on the computer right now. What are they playing? They're playing the game Mourned on Steam. It's like a first-person PvP type thing. It's pretty fun. They got me into it. I just bought it like 2 days ago, and it's kind of enjoyable. It's got a pretty good combat system. What else are they playing? StarCraft is still big. Yeah, the consoles don't get used very much these days. They mostly get used to watch movies or stream stuff. Job of two people are doing a heck of a good job. Oh, well, thank you, Ashley. My time to myself lately is in walks. That's for me too. I never wanted to go for walks. I was not. I mean, me and Andrea did on occasion, but I wasn't a walker. But I find walking, it just engages my brain again. I don't like it when my brain's not engaged. It wanders, and I don't like it. It's painful. So walking is good. Plants vs. Zombies, yeah, they do that with the consoles. You have a GameCube? Oh man, GameCube. Nope, never had a GameCube. I was pretty anti-Nintendo at that part of my life. I had a 64 though. I just got rid of it recently. Only made me a little sad. Oh, there, Tracy. Good to see you. All the kids help with the laundry. I mean, they all do as it is. I mean, when I do laundry, I basically take the dryer out, bring it, put it in a basket, bring it up, and the kids put it away. I then put the stuff in the washer, into the dryer, and have to get stuff from the, and put it into the washer and get all that set up. It doesn't even actually take that long, I guess, but it's just something to do. And Switch is the only system still used in our house. Yeah, Justice's Switch gets used all the time. Well, thank you, Jan. I appreciate it very much. Watch a lot of the older videos, and it's absolutely amazing. Yes, you are. Why you have stepped up and do what you have to do? The kids take that away. Aw, well, thank you, Janet. That's awful kind. I had an Atari. Oh man, I grew up on an Atari. I had an Atari computer. You guys probably didn't know Atari made computers, but they did. I had an 800 that I gamed on for many, 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 many years. How are all the kids doing? Certain kids better than others? Yeah, and other one like Sophia I hadn't seen any signs that she'd talk about mom on occasion. Well, mommy would do that, and but I wouldn't see her being sad. The other night when you guys did the live dinner on the 13th, and she just turned all of a sudden and said, "Daddy, I miss mom and I'm sad." And she was crying because she missed mommy, and that was out of the blue. That was the first time I've heard anything like that from her. And last couple times, a couple days after that, she saw the picture sitting on over here on my dresser and was saying we need to put that picture on our screensaver that cycles through. And I think Thomas is having still a difficult time. All the other kids everybody's having a difficult time with it, but they're all progressing fairly normally. Having lost my dad at 10, I kind of know what that's like to go through. I know what's okay and what's not okay, but well, thank you, Janet. Can make donuts from canned biscuits in a deep fryer. Andrea did that. Andrea did that. But I, as a purist, I cannot eat biscuit donuts. You just can't. I've got a donut recipe for dough that I really like. It makes great donuts. It's very hard to make glaze that's appropriate and good, like a donut shop. It's very hard. Sega Master System. Oh yeah, I had one of those. And then I had the converter for the Genesis later on. So sad for little Hannah. Yep, I was wondering the other day if she had totally forgotten Andrea or not. But there's a couple pictures she carries around that she just clearly shows that she does still recognize her. So share your donut recipe. I probably should. I probably should make an official cinnamon roll. Did I make a cinnamon roll recipe? I think I did make a cinnamon roll video. I did actually on my channel. So like fried apple pies. I'm not a giant apple pie person. I think the kids would like them though. Of Mother's Day. Well, yeah, we're gonna still do the flowers. We organize. If you're new, we organize by colors. It just is an easy way to do it. So we put markers in the back of their shirts and stuff and socks with colors. Each kid has a different color. And so for Andreas, for Mother's Day, we'd always give her flowers. You guys who have been seeing the channel long have seen the pictures, the videos of us bringing flowers into her. And we'll probably still continue to do that for a while. A rose of each color, of the kids' colors, and go put them on her grave. I got a special little vase that you dig into the ground that can have water in it. It's supposed to be a forever vase, I guess, and so that way you can have fresh flowers at the grave for as long as they last. Hannah's birthday is coming up. Yep, certainly is. Hannah. I just ordered a whole bunch of Baby Shark paraphernalia for her birthday and party, and then I ordered her some presents. I did order the water table. Thanks for that tip, guys. It's a good gift. It's a little big for an outdoor thing. I'm not wild about an outdoor toy for a birthday, but all the kids are really going to love it. She will love it. It's cute, and I didn't want to think too hard about ideas, to be honest with you, so I got it. What do you do for your mom? We usually give her, that's something I got to take care of. Andrea always handled buying our mom's stuff. We'd usually give her a little plant or flower or something, and I'll do something like that for her too. I can't forget that. You gotta remember. Water table. Apparently that's the new rage for toddlers, and it's just a table on some legs. You fill it up with water. It's basically like a bath table, and you can play with little boats and stuff, and they've got little water toys. It has some reins on things, and little levers and pulleys and little water thing. Looks pretty cute. I'm sure she'll love it. Oh, now that you said it, I can't stop thinking about it. Yep. She can send you some donut glaze. Who can send you some donut glaze? There's definitely a woman that will love to join your family. She will, what that said. She will find you, or you'll find her. I hope so, Sally. That's what I pray. That'd be wonderful. That's a lot of. I missed something about someone sending me donut glaze. I'm not sure what we're talking about, but I've been trying to figure out how to cook donut glaze for years, and I can't seem to get it down. I think it's a temperature-sensitive thing. Amazing grace, you're not alone. It's time to feel better and stop trying to run from the grief. I've never ran from the grief. I do try to probably cover it up by being busy. Tab did look about. So many comments. I missed stuff. I apologize, guys. I don't see if there was some sort of offer for glaze. I'm interested. I didn't see it. Well, thanks, Jesse. I'm back at you. How are you doing with the virus? You on quarantine? Nope, our state's not on lockdown. Ever been to Rhode Island? I haven't been hardly anywhere. You know, I used to go down to Juarez when I was a kid, when I lived in Texas, occasionally with my dad. And I went to Canada once when I was younger. We traveled a couple places as family. But I have not been very many places. I've been pretty sheltered in that travel scenario. I love to travel. It's just I didn't. Where would you love to travel to in the world? I'd love to travel anywhere. I'm kind of a people watcher. I'm very intrigued in people and why they do what they do, why they think what they think, and why they believe what they believe. I'm always interested when someone has a habit or a thing that they do a lot, and I want to know why they learn to do that, why they do that. And so I very much enjoy how you just go somewhere else and there's all these cultural habits that exist everywhere. So I'd always like to go to, like, I always think about going like to Italy or to Greece or something. I've never really been out of the country. Mexico doesn't count. I mean, it kind of does, I suppose. But yeah, anywhere. I just enjoy seeing different people and seeing humans are generally are all the same. And so I'm interested into why certain humans develop a little differently and what's influenced them. How did your older daughter react to Andrea's death? I don't know. She didn't like it. She was very nice and sweet, and I'm sure she missed her too. But it is fascinating. You want to send something, do you prefer Amazon card or money added to GoFundMe? Whatever you prefer. If you don't need anything, but if you'd like to send something, whatever you feel like you want to send would be greatly appreciated. Now as an NDX player for the first time in probably over 1,000 years. Oh, really? Of course, because yeah, I guess so. I guess it would be. Well, thank you, Tracy. I hope so. Watching the other cultures than American cultures. I still freak out because you don't think you have a culture, right? I very much enjoy social psychology type scenarios. When I can see people in their natural habitat, I really enjoy watching Stop Ham, or Stop a Douchebag is the American name for them, where these people in Russia, I guess in Russia, it's commonplace that if there's a traffic jam or there's traffic, people will drive on the sidewalk to bypass it. And it's like extremely common. And so there's this group of people who basically just stand on the sidewalk and refuse to move. And people get out and they yell at them and scream, and there's all this road rage stuff going on, and I just wildly enjoy it. And seeing, I'm not sure how that related to what you were just saying, but now I can't remember it. But I love watching different channels like that and seeing how people, why they do what they do, and very much enjoy watching that kind of thing. Well, hey, Chad, good to see you. I'm sorry I missed comments. So when they're scrolling up, I get talking and I stop reading stuff and I don't pay attention. Russia traffic confrontation is fixed by baseball bats, right? That's what's so cool is, and the cops there, they're not like cops here. They do what they want to do. And of course, a lot of times the cops will be mad at the guy standing on the sidewalk. But their movement has become big enough now that the cops, I think, it feels like something changed at one point, and they've been informed, like, hey, you do whatever those guys say. And so now they get a lot of respect from the cops, and they go, they'll call the cops and no one will show up. And sometimes someone will get hit, someone will get their foot run over, and no one will show up, no one will do anything, nobody cares. And then other times they do. And sometimes they'll get the people, the offenders will be in really big trouble. Other times they won't be. Sometimes the cops are on their side. It's just fascinating. I really enjoy watching it. You like Apple or Android? Ooh, that's a good question. So in my business, I like an Apple phone. But it's only because it's very, very stable. It's very, very fast and has hardly any troubles. I work on a lot of Android phones. Like for tablets and stuff for my kids and things to play with. Obviously, the price is way better to get an Android. But for my business, I usually get an Apple phone. As far as computers go, I don't get Apples. I like regular PCs. If any like chocolate, yes, we all love chocolate. Why the kind of place to have a dash cam? So many accidents. Oh yeah. Well, it's not even just that. Screw the accidents. And in Russia, you're in trouble if you don't have one because people will blame you / throw themselves on your hood and say that you hit them or all kinds of garbage like that. And so you need a dash cam to protect yourself from other people. Are they speaking Russian? Yeah, it's 100% subtitled thing. And I very much enjoy it. You can't space out the comments. I could put on slow mode, but people get mad about slow mode. I generally put on slow mode like 15 seconds, so you can't say too much. But good to see Man Fan. I know she can't see. She's deaf. She can't see me, but I can wave to her. Let's switch an iPhone from a Galaxy. I love both. Slow mode is fascist. They're good. They're both good phones. Good phones are good phones. The whole thing of having to restart your phone all the time and apps crashing randomly and running out of memory, and you download some weird app in the App Store and you've got pop-ups for a week and you can't figure out which app it is to take off. All that's really frustrating on the Android system, and so for my business, I really much enjoy the Apple, but not because Apple's better. It's just it's a closed system. Any PC recommendations? Well, PC recommendations is probably don't buy one right about these times. The prices have gone up ridiculously. You're better off to wait until all this stuff blows over, / if it does. I hate the ads that pop up on my Android. Yeah, right? Well, if you have those, you have an app that you've downloaded from the App Store that's doing it. Finding that app is almost impossible. Almost impossible. How far are you from Wheatland? Not that far. Wheatland's not terribly far. I mean, far enough. It's a couple hours, but it's not ridiculous. I bought a desktop that sounds like a VW when it turns on. Like because it's got a fan problem or because it literally sounds like a VW? Because that would be cool. Well, the app causing it is so annoying. There's a program, and I wish I could remember what it was. There's an app in the App Store for helping you find those apps. It keeps track of anything that initiates a message or a pop-up and gives you a list. And so things that are happened to be used recently. And so you can look and scan through the list and the things that called it. I'd have to go back and look. But it was essential on getting rid of a couple bugs from my kids' ones. Phones are watching your every move. That's probably true. I got nothing to hide. I don't like it. I'm going to stop it every chance I get, but I'm not that concerned about it. There's an app for finding an app that finds apps on your phone. Mm-hmm. There is. Don't have to worry about that on Apple. I think Captain Crunch chicken. It was really good. I very much enjoyed it. How do you catch a unique rabbit? I don't know. Everything to do is track, right? I mean, if you're using the computer, they're going to know they can track everything anyways. And it is lucky to have Asher. Computer is so slow. A lot of reasons for that. It'd be hard to say. How old is your youngest? She's going to be 2 in May. I built my PC to the ID spending about $3,000. Some things are not as expensive, like video cards are still right where they were. RAM is super cheap. RAM is like, you can buy an 8 gig stick of RAM for like $20. But like processors, not only are they expensive, the demand is so high that they're hard to even find them. And then motherboards, way high. Probably. I'm about to probably redo our upstairs. We have a computer that runs our little TV that we watch our movies on, and I think it's having problems. And I want to redo it and maybe put a VR setup up here so we can have VR upstairs and downstairs, kind of like you have, Chad. Brand new PC cheaper than upgrading storage. Yeah, that's true. Well, I mean, it depends on what we're talking about. I mean, yeah, it depends on what we're talking about. Generally, that's pretty true, Jesse. You don't jump ship from Intel. I mean, you don't. Not for a serious computer. You don't do AMD. The kids like sharing a room. Yeah, they love it. They would probably be very lonely if they ever got their own room. Overall, yeah, you're right, Jesse, for sure. Oh yeah, it is. Ari, exactly right. I think I told the story already, but I was amazed when I had a customer of mine who's local here wanted a webcam so their kid can do, the classes or whatever. And so I had a cam on the shelf. They said, how much is the webcam? And I said, they're $39. And they said, I'll take two. I was like, I don't think I got two in stock, but I'll give you the one I have. I'll order you one. Okay, great. So then I go to order one, and I was selling them for $39, making profit. And my cost for the same webcam was $99 now. So, I mean, that's how bad. Those cameras, Chad, they're like $400 now, those Logitech cameras that we use. It's ridiculous. Hey, Nina, we had some s'mores and everything. Yeah, yep. If you can find them. If you can find them. Did you buy any cameras? Well, they wanted another one. I had to call them back. I said, I can't sell you another webcam for $39. I can't. But I found some knockoff Chinese piece of garbage, if we're being honest, that should work fine for them, that I can sell him for $70. That's the best I could do. And it disgusts me to sell a webcam that expensive. Yeah, I mean, it's all the demand for all this work from home, school from home, business from home. All this stuff is taking all the webcams right the heck up. S'mores intrigue me. Not sure if they would be totally delicious or not. No, they are. They are. Obviously, s'mores is a totally American thing. You don't know. You've got to do it right. You've got to toast the marshmallow very slowly until it just starts to caramelize. And you can get that effect if it's too hot too quickly and not heat the marshmallow all the way through. And then the marshmallow kind of melts the chocolate a little bit, goos into everything. Oh, it's super good. Don't most laptops have cameras? Yep. And laptops are extremely hard to find and extremely expensive. I've been selling the same laptop, the same identical laptop, for 3 years now. Good little 7th gen i3 processor. I can sell for $499, make some money on it. And I've sold tons of them. You'll never get one. This particular laptop was a very good deal at the time. It was a very good processor, good price, good everything. Had a DVD player, still full-size keyboard, 15-inch. Had everything it needed. And you will never find one of those ever again. That's how hard they are to get. Now I'm buying whatever I can get my hands on to sell. How are you feeling today? You seemed sad last night. Couldn't stay on long. I'm sad every night, if we're being honest. I'm feeling better. I'm always feeling better when I'm talking on YouTube, so it always makes me feel better. But still dealing with stuff. My wife's still dead. I still hate being alone. Still tough learning how to be a mom and a dad at the same time. Figuring everything out with 9 kids in a family is challenging. But I'm doing better than I have been in the past. Someday, and when this is all in my rear view mirror, I want to go back and rewatch all my month videos. 1 month later, 2 months later, 3 months later, 4 months later, and just see my progression, if there is any. I'm not going to go back and watch them now, but everyone knows price gouging the cameras. Everyone has the reasonably priced. They don't, though. You won't find them. Give me one link of a place to buy webcams. I don't care where it is. The reason Amazon is not price gouging, it's the little marketplace sellers that are gouging. Amazon doesn't have any. So it is what it is. So where's the kids? It's quiet. Oh, they're all asleep. Here's my question. Sorry. Forgot my password for my laptop. Is there a way I can get around that? There's a way I can get around that. There's always a way to get around at some point. By yourself, you're probably going to have a hard time. Be well, stay kind, blessings to all. Just in case I don't make it back. Oh, thank you, Grape Tomato Girl. I'm not going to click on it, but is it in stock? Is it in stock? And is it and what's the price? I'd be ridiculously surprised if they were in stock. Adorama is a good outfit. I buy stuff from them. Brief milestones. Could not look at his pictures for about 6 months. Now I enjoy looking at the memories. See, I can never see myself getting there. On back order. Yep, exactly. You won't find any, Chad. I spent 2 hours looking at any place. I actually had some on order that they said they had them. I mean, they said they'd get them or whatever. And then I got an email saying, sorry, we can't get them. I like the purple mattress. Absolutely love it. It's great. Totally love it. What's on back order? I issued a challenge to Chad about finding webcams, and they were reasonably priced. And he found one, but it was not in stock. So. Tom, loneliness hurts so badly. I'm sorry you're having to go through this lonely time. Yeah, me too. It sucks. Super sucks. I keep thinking, like, I wish there was some way I could talk to Andrea. Like, I'm going to find a note that she left for me that says, Tommy, in case I die, read this. But that note doesn't exist. Don't find any of that stuff. That's what I regret. I regret not talking about it with her. The best I got was that smile that I've shared before when she was in the plane. And she just looked over at me with a smile. It was totally out of place. And it was just like, I love you, and it's going to be all right. Even though she already knew she was going to die. So... doesn't say back ordered. For giggles, I'll go order one after this is done. Bet you I won't get it. Bet you I won't get it. Is that for the Logitech too? But I'd be surprised. Like I said, I've had them. I've purchased them a couple places, and then I got an email later saying that they were not available. Well, the laptop says no bootable device every time you try to turn it on. Sounds like your hard drive's crashed, unfortunately. But you can get a new hard drive for not too much, but there's a lot of time getting it back going again. What's your oldest daughter's name? Her name is Melina. Named her after Mortal Kombat, in case you were wondering. I don't really need one. I have a retail shop, and so I sell things, and so it's difficult. What I regret now is if I restock very many now at these high prices, they're just going to go down, and I'm going to be stuck with them. I was talking with the owner of the grocery store, where Thomas works. He's not the owner anymore. He sold it, but he still owns a grocery store in Upton, and I talked to him on occasion. He talked about the razor thin margins on gas. And he'll go, you have to pay so much to fill up their whole tank with gas. And he buys it at a certain price. And it's not uncommon for something to happen with the market. And then he's just screwed if it goes down. If it goes up, he's happy, right? He buys a bunch of gas cheap and sells it for more expensive. But most of the time, it'll drop. And he loses a bunch of money. And it really stinks. Why is the video buffering? Is it buffering? Sorry. Oh, that's awful nice, Daphne. No, I don't need one. It was mostly shocking to see the situation, and I'll just take a loss. I'll order a camera, put it on my. Actually, I ordered 2 of these Chinese knockoff cameras. I'll put it on my shelf, and after all this stuff blows over and the cameras go back down in price, I'll just change my price and take a loss. Yeah, Jamie, exactly right. This guy says that the margins on gas are so razor thin. He says he'd rather not even sell gas, but he needs to sell gas for customers' convenience, and people go there to get some groceries, fill up on gas at the same time, or go to get gas and get some groceries. That's what they hope for. If someone just comes in and gets gas and leaves, that doesn't do anything for them. Desktops seem to be making a comeback, especially with Twitch gaming. You do so many gaming desktops, Tom. On occasion, a good portion of gamers that are into desktops are going to build their own. So I have a section of my business which is gamers trying to build their own computer and not getting it together right, and me having to help them. That happens from time to time. I just did one the other day. But most people that are into gaming desktops probably won't come to me. They'll try that on their own. But I do them on occasionally. 95. Oh, wow. $1 a gallon? That's crazy. Graham cracker crust. It was 12 graham crackers and 1/3 of sugar. I'm not sure that recipe for it. Sounds like graham cracker crust. I don't need one of those, but why don't you set up an online store? I'm not that interested in it. Retail side of it is for convenience for my customers. I'm fixing their computer, and they're like, hey, do you have a webcam? And I say, sure do. I'll give one right here, and I sell it to them. So it's not like I'm selling stuff hand over fist. I'm not don't sell very much product. But it's mostly, like I said, for convenience. Oh, someone asked you for it. Oh, I see. What is a good camera for making videos? Any camera that can, does 1080p is probably fine. If you're going to be doing just standard vlogging like we're doing, just get a point and shoot. Get a Canon point and shoot. You can get a good one for $300-400, and it'll do the job. Charge for putting a custom computer together. Not only what I charge. I'd help you do it. Depending on what you want to do. But you can my desktops. I'm not cheap. I'm going to tell you. So I mean, if you're looking for the cheapest computer in town, that's not me. I'll give you a good one. I'll give you good parts and everything. But they're going to start about $500, $550 for a tower only. So. How'd you become knowledgeable on computers? Well, I got a bachelor's in computer science, but it's mostly from experience. It's mostly just doing it every day, all the time for 20 years. I've been doing it since I was a kid. Car in front of us paid for our dinner in the drive-thru today. Isn't that awesome? That happened to us the other day, too. Where were we at? Somewhere. That was neat. Did your ex-wife raise Melina, or was she adopted? Why? No, neither. I tried to get full custody, and I couldn't. She was okay with putting her up for adoption, but she didn't want me to have custody. So my aunt adopted her. I guess I mean excluding the parts, just putting the components together. I just work by the hour. So if that was something you bought some parts, it wouldn't take me more. I'd probably just charge you an hour's labor. Now they're basically born with computer knowledge. Yeah, they're about born with a controller in their hand. I see that in my kids all the time. I saw my little kids using the mouse before they could walk. It's pretty amazing. Is there another tech guy around you? There's other people. There's other tech places. I'm in a pretty unique location, so I don't have a lot of competition, but there's few. Love my job. I have the best job in the whole world. How do you feel the children will accept a special person in your life? Special and special in your life. We've talked about it a little bit with the bigger boys. Obviously, it's going to be weird. It's going to be weird for me. So, I mean, it'll be something we all have to go through. And obviously, we've talked about the fact that, Hannah is 1 year old. She's going to need a mommy, as far as I'm concerned. And so that's easy to see that. Harder to see maybe on some of the other things. So I'm sure it'll be difficult and challenging. I remember my dad passed away when I was 10. And my mom got remarried to a guy. And as a teenager, I thought, this guy's just trying to replace my dad, and I don't have to obey him. And I gave him a lot of grief. That was Papa Doug. And now I'm so close to Papa Doug. He's like one of the closest people in my life. So how old am I? I'm 43. Going to be 44 this year. How do you advertise your business going to gain customers? I don't advertise at all. Used to, but I don't need to. Do a really good job. Word of mouth does it all for you. Do you limit the time that kids spend on electronic devices? Yeah, we do. We have a privilege system depending on how much schoolwork they do, what they can accomplish for the week in special jobs. They can apply for different privilege levels. At each level, they get more and more computer time. At the lowest level, they can only play computer on Friday nights, basically. On the next level, they can play it every night after 5 if their school's done. And then on the highest level, they can play whenever they want. But they have to maintain that privilege level. Family members outside of your state. Yeah, most of my family is in California. Extended family is in California. That's where I was born. You want Andrea to wear dresses every day, or she decide that? She decided that. That was on her own, but I totally supported it. They weren't dresses. It was mostly long skirts. What does each level consist of? Well, I was just basically just telling you. I think for the lowest level, well, basically that's no privilege. If the lowest privilege level, they have to have a certain number of pages done in their schoolwork. They have to maintain not too many demerits at a certain level of demerits. And they have to memorize their Bible verses. There's a whole list of things they got to have done for each privilege level. Andrea wouldn't listen anyway if you told her what to wear. She would. She would absolutely have listened if I told her what to wear. But I didn't do that. Oh, Andrea does have a video about that, doesn't she? Mama, Andrea's sister, help all of your daughters with lady stuff when the time comes. They will help. Yeah. Andrea already taught her about that stuff, and my mom will help, I'm sure. A girl from my church passed away with brain cancer. Her widow married her boyfriend within 4 months because his wife asked them to for the kids. She got a lot of grief. I thought it was honorable and prayed. I think people need to mind their own business with that kind of stuff, to be honest with you. I think if that's what's best for them is nothing we can know. Who is the Punisher? I was going to say the Punisher is a comic character. He's awesome. I was the Punisher. I guess I was the kind of disciplinarian, if that's what you're talking. Andrea would do discipline too, but it was mostly wait till your dad gets home kind of stuff. You wear a shawl everywhere. Would she have done it? If I was serious, she would have. But I wouldn't do that. It's not the kind of thing I would do. I'll reset it. Claudia, it depends on what kind of password we're talking and what windows you have. There's a lot of factors. Most of the time, a password reset is fairly easy for someone like me, but on your own, it can be difficult. Well, hey, Patricia, good to see you. You can send me a message on Facebook if you're at all interested, Claudia, and I'll try and help you figure out what you need to do. Anybody's business who or when you date. Yeah, I know. I'm gonna make people mad no matter what when I finally get a date or slash have a girlfriend or whatever. I'm sure everybody's gonna, some people will be happy, some people will be mad. That's just kind of the story of life. I have people mad at me every time I do a video. Does Claudia start kindergarten soon? She's kind of doing it now. I mean, she's doing school with Sophia and doing the same program Sophia's doing, and she's getting it very well. So we'll do it again next year. Have you actually gone on a date or just talked to someone? Mostly just talk to people. But I'm not talking to anybody right now. What is Asher interested in doing when he grows up? I can see him being a police officer. Asher? Boy, the police officer would be Judah. I don't know what Asher's doing. Asher's focus is on his family and helping out around here. That really is his focus. I don't know what he actually wants to do with his life. He's the kind of guy who will open up the paper one day and say, hey, look, someone needs help doing this. I'll go do that. He's very, very laid back, and he can do anything. He's very responsible. Oh, thank you, Debbie. I'm ready to date when I find somebody to date. Is Thomas going to go to college? No, he's not. He's not interested in it. Have web chats in the States like Christian Mingle. I think I've heard there's a site that way. I don't really know about web chats. Do you have a good day today? Yeah, it was a good day. And it was so amazing. Tom deserves to be happy. I know exactly what Andrea would say if she were here. Like I said, we've talked about it before. She's the one that told me that we talked about it. She said, if you ever died, I wouldn't remarry. I was like, oh, really? And I remember saying, I don't know what I would do. And she's, oh, you'd remarry. I was like, I would? How do you know? So I just know you would. And she's just right. She knew me. Would you date a special lady who wasn't religious but had a heart of gold? No, probably. No, I wouldn't. My faith is extremely important to me. Oh, I'm sorry it's been not working, Gigi. I'm not sure what was going on there. Those who matter won't mind, those who mind don't matter. I've heard that before. That's a good one. Everyone should do type thing in Australia, but there are always so many comments asking if Thomas will. In America, it's definitely the idea is you have to go to college. That's what it was for me. I went to college and I regret it. I wish I had my $60,000 back or whatever it was. Absolutely. I got a piece of paper hanging on my wall, but I think it was during a live, right, when she said that? Yeah, several people have said that she said it on a live. Honestly, that was one of the reasons I wanted to I don't know what all was surrounding us that conversation, but I wanted to find it. That was kind of my goal in watching the lives. And then I just realized watching the live dinners, I very much enjoyed watching the live dinners. It felt like real life. Like for an hour straight, that was just our life. A lot of the videos that I watch, they're great videos, and they're super cute, and I have good memories, but they're not real life. I mean, they are real life, but a portion of real life. Does that make sense? They're edited, there's stuff cut out, and it's not one block of time. Whereas the live dinners, it's like for an hour, that's like real life. And I think I've shared it before. I have a video that I made out of a joke where Andrea was sitting right over there on the couch, and we were watching Friends. We were going through the Friends series again, and I put an episode of Friends on, and she made her chicken Alfredo dinner, and she sat there and ate it while she was watching the movie, the Friends episode, and I brought my camera out and just started recording a video of her eating. And she never noticed I took it the whole time. I recorded for a half an hour straight. And afterward I said, "Do you know I recorded you that whole time?" She's like, "You did?" And had no idea. But I remember at the time thinking, if she ever dies, I could put a TV right there on the couch and I could play it back and pretend she was there. But that just sounds all creepy and weird. But now that I have it, I think, oh, I could do that. But the real life stuff I very much enjoy. Do you have trade schools in the U.S.? Yes, I think trade schools are a great idea. Great idea. Or be an apprentice somewhere. The business gets free work and kids learn stuff. Did you get any stimulus money yet? Yep. I got a direct deposit whether I wanted it or not and went right on in. Yep, Linda, I think you're right. It's your touch screen, your touchpad. Oh, it's touch screen. Yeah, your touch screen is probably damaged. It's actually a piece of glass in front of the other screen. Love having your degree. I guess it all depends on what you're doing. If we're being honest, I like having the degree. I like being able to tell people I have a bachelor's in information technology. It's on my wall and it's there. And people will ask me all the time, "Did you go to school for computers?" And I say, "Yep." They didn't teach me how to fix a computer. I had an A+ certification class that I sort of did, I suppose, but not any real world anything. It all depends on what you're doing, I suppose. How's Papa Gary? He's doing well. We see him on Taco Tuesdays. Only costs thousands of dollars for a piece of paper. That's kind of my logic, Ashley. It really did. It's a very expensive piece of paper. And if I'm complete leveling with you, the information I learned in school was 100% not useful. I can tell you how many times a wire has to twist in a foot in Cat5 cable in order for it to work properly. I can describe to you why the twisting is actually what makes data cables work and how it works. That benefits me a big fat zero in my work. So it hasn't been useful to me at all. It's not just a paper, though. It's so much knowledge. Yeah, I guess so. There's definitely knowledge in there. I learned a lot of things. I took Calculus 2 and Calculus 3, and do I use that? Nope. Do I use most of my stuff that I learned? I don't. I don't use it. When I went out to work, I still had to learn by experience. I had to learn to fix the problems that I'm at. I can't say that I ever, for my line of work, that it ever really came in handy. I had some discussions about security, network security, with some people that I probably referenced a couple times, but it's far and few between. You learned and no one can take that away from you. Yep, absolutely did. Student loans follow you for life. There's nothing including bankruptcy that slows student loans. Yeah, oh yeah. When we were early on in our marriage, we tried to apply for a loan for something and realized Andrea had somebody that decided she hadn't paid her school loans, but she had. And boy, that was all still on there. We had to get it taken off. Janet, it's not. There's not really a trick to getting around your password. You're going to have to run a certain set of tools, and every computer is a little bit different. There's not an easy fix to say push a couple buttons. You can absolutely get your data back. but you might need some help. In computers, he got the first interview he had, got hired. In the old days, like really old days, like a long time ago, 100 years ago, you didn't have to go to school at all. There was no law saying you had to go to school. And so if you applied for a job and you did go to school, that place knew, hey, we got real go-getter on our hands. But eventually it became mandatory. And so that no longer worked. And then college became that thing. Oh, this guy went to college. He really knows what he's talking about. But I've heard more businesses say that college didn't prepare them. The kids out of college still need to be trained is normal. Tool I say anytime has a feature to remove passwords. Oh, I have lots of tools to remove passwords, but she doesn't have those. That's the problem. I can't tell her right now, I can't send a Facebook message that'll tell somebody how to unlock their computer without a password. It's going to involve giving them a disk or a USB or something. And even then, she'll have a hard time booting off of it. Just telling a customer how to boot off of a USB is very difficult, from my experience. But send me a message. I can sure try to help you. Internship is better than college. Internship is great. If you find a place that you can get an internship where you can go and be an apprentice somewhere, you're guaranteed going to get hired. You're just guaranteed to get hired. It doesn't matter what kind of schooling you have. You can have no schooling. If you get signed on as apprentice somewhere or an internship, you're going to get the job eventually. They use free labor these days. Yeah, that's what apprenticeship is, free labor. Free labor for them. Oh, I guess it depends on where you're at, Hollyhock. I'm sure if there's some place where there's a lot of students doing that, then yeah, I'm sure they're using it for free labor. Sure they do. But no matter how you slice it, kids get experience. Who are you going to hire? A kid with no experience or a kid who's actually got experience in the field they're applying for, even if they didn't get paid or hired? Absolutely be useful. Well, I just want to get rid of Chad. Chad's awesome. What did Chad say? I'm going to be an intern in making computers. You already did that. Somebody up there. I didn't see what it was. Is that a troll there, Rachel? Did we get a troll? Night, Holly. Oh, okay. No, I didn't think you were a troll necessarily, Kate. I'm not talking about you. I thought we had somebody else. So, tertiary courses encourage more people. Hello from Washington. Well, hey, Emily, good to see you. We're hanging in there. You call a wrench a spanner. Oh, really? That fascinates me. I love that kind of stuff. That's the kind of stuff I wonder about. Like, clearly you call it a spanner because somebody else told you that's what it was. And I call it a wrench because somebody told me that's what that was. When did those things diverge? When did it happen? How did it happen? I'm very interested in those types of little things because I think we can pin that stuff down. We can learn more about why people think the way they do, why they believe what they do. Everybody thinks that they're free. I saw a bumper sticker once that said, "You're an individual like everybody else." And I thought, man, that's a profound thought. Everybody thinks that they're special. Everybody thinks that they're free and they believe what they believe because they're unique. But you go to California, people, it's just taking politics, for instance. Everybody in California generally has one political view. And if you cross the border in any one of a number of different directions across the state, people will have a totally different political view. And what's magical about crossing that borderline? Nothing's magical about crossing that borderline. So I'm very interested in why people think the way they do and how they think the way they do. I think you can find that a lot of times by tracing out some of these things. Spanner in the works. That's hilarious. There's a spanner in the works. I'm like, what? I watched. We love watch Andrew. One of Andrew's all-time favorite things to do is watch news bloopers on YouTube. And there's this one news blooper where they're in Australia. Is it Australia? Please forgive me if it's not Australia, or it might have been in the UK. So I mean, I'm a dumb American. Give me a pass. But they're interviewing a famous. I don't know what he was. He's a sports guy or a singer or something. I think he's a sports guy. And he says, well, you're number one. I bet you had to beat off a lot of American men in order to get where you're at. And the guy starts busting up. He says, what? What's wrong? Didn't you have to beat them off? And it was like, oh, man, the guy was trying not to bust up laughing. And she's getting offended. Like, what are you laughing about? Has no idea. And I just thought it was just hilarious. So funny. Good to see you, Tina. Glad you could make it. You guys have to tell me where beat off is more appropriate. Like we like to wear thongs. Boy, I like to wear thongs. That's an interesting tradition. I'll go to the speech tonight. I thought that was nice of him. Oh, I call thongs thongs. That's what you're talking about. To me, thong was something else. I was like, oh, interesting. Oh, yeah. I was like, wow, that's quite a tradition in Australia. I call them thongs, too. I grew up calling them thongs. Where are your thongs? That's pretty funny. But now that's changed. That word has left the American dialect because of its other topics. Gotcha. I'm on the same page. I'd like to have more stories of you, Andrea. Boy, I wish I could think of. I mean, I'm sure I have lots of stories. I just got to think of the topic of why we have our stories. I told you guys the spider one. She loved that story. Doing okay, Vanessa. Good to see you. Flip flops is what we call them now, too. Vegemite, yeah. Toe torture devices, right? Chanclas. Huh, never heard that one. How about question of the night? Does Yellowstone, worry you where you live? I mean, if it's to be believed, that Yellowstone thing is, everybody should be worried about that. We don't worry about much of anything. Diphthongs, yep. All right, diphthongs are still a thing. I learned a lot about diphthongs in Greek. Quite a few diphthongs. Ever want to learn some sign language? Not really. I learned a little bit. I can say work. That's a job. I know how to do I love you. We had a guy who was deaf who delivered furniture for us, and I learned a little bit for him. Well, thank you, Jennifer. What did Chad say? I like the diphthongs in caramel. Oh, I see. I gotcha. Tom does a meetup like other families on YouTube. That would be the most awesome thing. We would totally do a meetup. We have no problem with that. 520 watching, only 330 likes. Probably all new people. The average turnaround for one of these videos is, I think the average person watches some 15 to 20 minutes max. So we probably got all new people now. So you should all give us a thumbs up and subscribe if you haven't subscribed. It actually helps the channel, believe it or not. Yep, Chad's my friend. Like Animal Crossing. Yeah, I think the kids have seen that, I think. You have to get some people, and some people leave right away, so I think it averages out to that. So some of us are not average. Well, there you go. Oh, well, thank you, Jennifer. What's our time? What time are we at? Let's see here. Hour and 24 minutes. Boy, I can't believe it's been that long already. You play more computer or console games? I think it's all turned into PC games. Honestly, looking at it from an objective point of view, as a guy who's had every next-gen console since I was a kid, I think the future is probably PC gaming. I think PC gaming is going to take over consoles completely at some point, if it hasn't already. It's just so easy to be able to upgrade a PC, and having to start all over again with new games, new system is just not attractive to people. Played WoW recently. No, I wouldn't go back to WoW. What was Andrea's favorite flavor of ice cream? She would get vanilla. Or, I take it back. She wouldn't always get vanilla. She would get like cookies and cream. Or not cookies and cream. Cookie dough. Chocolate chip cookie dough was her favorite. I still have a little thing of chocolate chip cookie dough ice cream that I bought her right before she died. And it's in the freezer. She never got to eat it. Every time I open the freezer, I see it. And I think, what am I going to do with that? I always gave it to the kids for a while, but now it's been in there for 8 months. Longer than 8 months. And now I think, what do I do? Should I eat it? Should I get rid of it? Should I just look at it and remember it? You're born in a religious family, you find religion on your own. That's a good question. I was born into it, but it had to become my own at some point. I had to decide if following God and believing in God is something I wanted to do all on my own. So it became real to me at some point, not just my parents' religion. Great question. What's your view on Christianity and gaming? I think that's great. I think Christianity and anything goes together. I think, like anything, you need to be careful. Little eyes, what you see, so to speak. Especially for boys, it's some difficult stuff to deal with. But I think we should train our kids to be adults. Our kids should be adults in training. Our house is not a place for the kids to be entertained for 18 years until they live on their own. And so dealing with addiction and difficult situations, all my boys, I've talked about the lure of porn and what that does when we see a chick and that's just part of our biology of what that does to us and how that can be abused and sold and all these types of things that come from that. And so anything we do in real life, it's good for the kids to be doing and learning how to master those types of problems and urges from the very beginning. So, Jesus RPG. That sounds good. When did you give your heart to the Lord? It's one of those things where I don't remember. I mean, I think I said a prayer when I was 7 or so because I'm sure I didn't understand it at the time. And then I don't remember at one point. I don't remember the exact moment because it's kind of was always part of my life. So it's hard to say. Did you say chick? I still say chicks. Is that too old fashioned or is it too newfangled? I don't know. I don't mind saying chicks. Is that offensive to say chicks? It's not to me. I'm not upset with him. I just put off one time. What did you ask, Angie? I didn't see what you said. But one time I asked a question when I supported this channel from the time Andrea started. I get rude because I'm not sure what you're talking about. You think it's kind of rude? Oh, well, I apologize. That's just what I say. Sorry, Angie, I didn't see what you said. Let me scroll up. Day before spring break. Well, that wasn't it. Subscribe to something when you're too harsh on people. I don't see what your question was. I'm sorry, Angie. You can ask it again, and I'll absolutely answer it. You say Andrea used to be hot. Do you still think she was hot after having kids? Yes, she absolutely was hot after having kids. Absolutely. So when I say she used to be hot, I guess that does sound bad because that means she's not hot now. I would have said that right in front of her. I did say that right in front of her. In fact, you can watch the video when we talk about meeting each other. I say that right to her. And, she looked different. I think we all were hotter when we were younger. I mean, that's just how it goes. When you get old, and then the Bible verse that says, beauty is fleeting and charm is deceptive, but a woman that fears the Lord is to be praised. I still thought she was beautiful. She's still the same hot person. She never stopped being hot. Clearly, she got bigger as she got older, but I still always saw her as the same hot person. She was always still hot to me. She was never not hot. So, but I know it's not like I'm blind. I know that she had changes. She still looks the same to me. I didn't think you were rude either, Angie. See you, Ann. Thanks for stopping by. Anytime, Angie. Best fun ever, Tom. Aww. I asked the question 3 times. I'm awful sorry, everybody. I did not mean to miss your questions. If you ask it one more time, Lisa, I will ask it. I will answer it. I already forgot who that was. Lisa. Let's see if I can find it. See, I go scroll up and I miss somebody else's question. See? I'm awful sorry. I don't mean anything by it. Your icon is purple. How are the kids managing? They are doing pretty well. Like I said, there's a couple kids I'm still a little concerned with, but they're doing pretty well, I think, for the most part. Whoa. There you go, Nina. See, you ask a question. But see, I see that one. I missed that one. No, it just jumps out at the page. It's kind of like how, I mean, I can't even say it. There are some things that just subconsciously jump out of the page. So, however, I can see your concerns about some of the things you said to her when she was alive. What? I don't know what you mean, Gigi. With Phil and Andrea, I can see you having 2 theological conversations. I love stuff like that. One thing to take from you and Andrea when they go on their own. One thing kids take from you and Andrea when they go on their own. I'm not sure what you mean. Chad is a mod. What you taught them growing up. I'm feeling okay, Marie. There's one thing that we'll take as learning from you, too. Hopefully they'll take a whole bunch of things. I mean, we've taught them all kinds of stuff. So, to Andrea, I said rude things to Andrea, Gigi. I'm not following what you're saying. I don't think I've said rude things to her. She know that. No, yeah. Joining a new Bible study series. Oh, thank you, Marie. It's okay, Tom. I'm not following you, Gigi. You have to say more explicitly what you're meaning, if you want. Yep, we still get P.O. Box packages. You're not asking any questions. Hannah still mentioned her mother. I think she knows to say mama, but it's fastly leaving her, I think. Eat the ice cream, Andy wouldn't want to go to waste. I don't really like that flavor. Plus, I kind of still comforted to see the ice cream in there. I open it up and I see it, and it makes me a little bit happy. But yes, Rachel Day answers a lot of questions that I don't either see, or they're easy questions that I've answered 10 times already in the video, and so she's helpful that way. She just happens to know a lot. She just really pays attention that way. I already shipped to Walmart. I look at Walmart as well. It works out great. I really love to have Walmart. Walmart's really blessed to have one. What store do you prefer for Home Depot and Menards? Oh, that's a difficult one. Yes, but I know for Andrea made you happy, Andrea made you happy, Tom. Yep. Me and Andrea were on the same exact page. I choose Home Depot for customer service, but Menards has better prices and more selection. But a lot of times that's more difficult because you got to walk 10 miles to get something at Menards. And if I want to bring a piece of wood home, like I can go to Home Depot, buy a 4x8 sheet of plywood, have them cut it 100 different ways. They'll do it for free, and I don't have to go home and cut it myself. It works great. What are you doing, baby girl? What?
The bathroom light went off and on.
Bathroom light went off and on. I think the lights went off and on here too. I think there was just a little bump in the power.
Oh.
But you can go back to sleep. I love you. Daddy got her those PJs for her birthday. She loves them. The question was about saying that was seen out of place. The wording was appeared rude. I don't even remember it, and I don't have any rude memories in my brain, so I think you're okay. Don't worry. And the answer is what happened to wearing the same colors every day, like you're matching? We still do that. If you've seen some recent videos that are live where we didn't do that, it's because laundry day gets mixed up. Some kids don't always put their clothes in the laundry, and then I don't wash them, and they can't find them. Other clothes get worn out. I need to do some shopping. I need to take an inventory of all the colors and all the clothes and find out who's missing. Particularly little girls are off on their colors. But we still do match, mostly. Red row in the mirror, that's concerning. Yeah, exactly. What is yours and your favorite restaurant to go to together? Oh, that's a good question. It's probably, if we had to say our favorite, it would probably be Old Chicago. It wasn't like we were like, yes, it's the greatest place on earth, but there was food there we both liked, and the atmosphere was nice and fun, and we went there more often than not anywhere else. What's your favorite movie? Ooh, that's a tough one. I can't answer that question, but I will say like Inception is one of my favorites, and like The Matrix is one of my favorites. What's your reason for matching every day? We actually have a whole video behind that. It started off as one thing, and it ended up going into another thing. Andrea actually used to originally scrapbook, and so she originally, it was really cute and made cute pages if all the kids had the same color on. And before you know it, it had a lot of benefits, like being able to find people in the crowd, keep an eye on everybody. It also made us look like a team, and all the kids felt like a team, like they had some camaraderie, you know, like in sports teams, all wearing the same uniform. We're all kind of on the same team. And plus, it just looks cute. If you see 10 people or 2 parents and 9 kids walk into a store, you think, oh my gosh, what's going on here? And if they're all dressed like the same color, you're like, oh, how cute. It's totally how it works. And it's just a neat thing to do. It was Andrea. Andrea's totally one that started it. Favorite line from the Matrix? Oh, that's a tough one. Can't do it. There's a lot of good ones. A lot of good ones. What if your future wife doesn't want to wear matching clothes? I don't know, Ruru's mama. You seem to be pretty antagonistic with your questions. I think you might be a troll. But if she doesn't want to wear matching clothes, then we probably won't wear matching clothes. Oh, well, thanks you, Carol. We appreciate it. The trolls have gotten more creative, Chad. They know they don't have a voice, and so they get more creative. Is there a Sam's Club where we live? Nope. No Sam's Club, no Costco, no Aldi's, no any of that stuff. You showed the bathroom model last night? No, I didn't. I probably should. You ever get to cut Andrea's hair, or did she trim it herself? She rarely cut it. She just cut it like to get split ends off or to even it up a little bit. Very rarely. No Aldi, how sad. Oh, it's fine. You weren't you somewhat relaxed at the night during the day? No, it's actually usually worse for me during the night. Doing the lives always makes me feel better. What's your favorite memories of Andrea? That changes a lot. That changes a lot. Asking a genuine question does not make you a troll. No, but asking antagonistic questions 6, 7, 8 times in a row, that's usually a strong reason. I've gotten pretty good at identifying them for the most part. Has it worked out having Andrea's aunt cut everybody's hair? Yeah, it's been a blessing. We don't have Instacart out here either. The special dinner, I always said I would do that because we always did Andrea's date. We went on date night and then we went out shopping. And I always said, what we'll do is we'll keep going with the kids and we'll go to date night. And I haven't done that. So at this point, it's like my life's so busy, and it's like, oh crud, it's shopping day. Yeah, we're shopping. Let's just go do it. And it's I don't think about it. But hopefully, when I get my life figured out, we'll go to do that. I would very much enjoy that. How do you write topics as a customer? Some I hate the dating topic. I don't mind the dating topic for the most part. Aldi says Instacart. No, we don't have Instacart at all. Cindy, you're hilarious. Wish I had a good pair of scissors right now. I sure would trim the ends of my hair. What about taking each kid on a dinner date now? That was always the plan. That was my plan. I just haven't done it. I don't mind, Chad. I don't mind the dating topic. I mean, if we're being honest, I have a channel with 72,000 people. 92% of them are women, and they all seem to love big families who are here. I mean, I couldn't organize a room better than that. Oh. Good question. I didn't see it. Delivered from Walmart. Walmart doesn't deliver out here. There's no grocery delivery services out here. None. Kids to go to the library each week? We were, until this coronavirus stuff shut down the library activities. That's funny. In 2002? I hear ya. Walmart pickup time is awesome, and it's such a time saver. See, I don't know that it is for us. Because if I got to go sit in front of a computer and figure out all the stuff I need to order, it's almost just as hard as just going to do it. And plus, I got to sit there and wait for them to bring it out, and things get substituted. And plus, it's a good bonding time with the kids. I don't mind it at all. To Tom and the Bachelor. Were you there that time, Chad? My kids auctioned me off. One of these lives, one of the kids got on and started taking bids. It was really cute. Yes, I am divorced. I'm not sure what that was about. How much? It was a ridiculous amount. It was like $4 billion or something like that. Austin with the sure fun baloney. How's Asher doing? He's doing really great. Asher's wonderful. No, I'm not lying about the 92%. That's literally the stat in the channel. 92% of the channel is women. Teenagers are down playing computer, I think. Yeah, maybe she is in the chat. You never know. People recognize you when you go down in your live streams. Not from the live streams. We've had a couple people. We had someone drive up during a gas station once and just drive by real slow and say, "I love your channel." And a couple of that kind of a thing. A couple times people have noticed, but people recognize me for what I do. I fix computers. I've been doing it for a long time in the community. A lot of people know me. Anyone from your area in this chat? I don't know. .5. You have any nicknames for kids that aren't their names? We used to call Judah Loud Howard when he was younger. He was a character on Dilbert because he was really loud. He's always having fun. I seem to call little dudes buddies and little girls baby girls. But no particular names. South Dakota? Oh, sister lives in Wyoming. Any single women in our area? Well, they're better. That probably is. I don't know how to meet them. I don't know what God's got planned for me. I believe that God is in control of my life, and I just try to be available. There's one of my favorite verses in the Bible is the Proverbs 21:31. It says, "The horse is made ready for the day of battle, but victory belongs to the Lord." And so that verse to me means, we go out and we make our preparations for battle, which is like our life, even though the victory doesn't depend on those preparations. It depends on what God does. That doesn't mean we don't go out with the horse. It's not ready. We get the horse ready for battle the best way we know how, and that's what I do. I do the best I can with my life, and I still trust that God will put the people in my life I'm supposed to talk to, and whatever woman God's got for me is out there somewhere, and I'll run into her some way. Chad, and trying to control 17 people. Oh, I see. Oh, that's an interesting number thing. If you're a single woman, press 2. That's curious. That'd be some interesting knowledge. -3. That's so funny. Claudia, I can't wait to see Claudia develops. She's so tough. It's so funny. When she gets hurt, she never cries unless she can get somebody in trouble. Then she will cry. She'll cry at the drop of a hat, not even for pain, if she can get somebody in trouble. Where does Claudia's personality come from? I do not know. Andrea, I think, would say Grandma Fern on occasion. So even though Grandma Fern is really sweet, she's still kind of cantankerous, and was kind of that way when she was younger, from what I understand. So, dating applications. Oh, please. Oh, it's silly now. Believe in zodiacs? Not really. I don't really think there's anything to them. I think we've all been curious, right? And looked at those types of things, and I kind of tend to have the school of thought that anything that has truth in those is less mystical and more there's a reason for it that I maybe can't be explained, but some sort of correlation, some sort of causation, some reasoning, you know. You've never heard of cantankerous? Well, did you Google it? Hopefully it's a real word because I say it a lot. Are you dating someone now? Nope. Wait, Asher would take care of baby Hannah. Just melts my heart. It melts my heart too. He's crabby. That's the name of my chihuahua. Oh, that's hilarious. Get over your cantankerous. I always wanted to have a dog, something named Whatever. Get over here, Whatever. Whatever. Something like that. Pretty funny. The one kid who seemed like he's taking Andrea's passing the hardest. Yeah, I think Thomas is still struggling with it a lot. Tankenstein? That's funny. I want a pig named Bacon. There was a lady that had a little pig on a leash once. It was named Sausage Patty that I thought was pretty funny. Look tired? Am I sleeping okay? I don't know. I'm up late a lot and don't sleep awesome, but I miss Knuckles too. He was a great puppy dog. He even looks a sad lot. She goes away. Yeah, she is. That's just kind of how Eden is. Eden's very quiet and reserved, unless she's around Justice, in which she's very, very laughy and playy and giggly. The other day, I went to, on Saturday, when I went to get all the stuff for doing the electrical work down in the bathroom, I took Eden with me. It was just me and her. And she barely said a word there and back. But she shook her head and and answer questions and stuff. And she's just very quiet and just reserved. Yeah, there's so many things with the dog that says whatever, whatever, whatever. It's just funny. Is she shy? Yeah, she's very shy. I don't need to take away your mod, Chad. Oh, well, these numbers are getting more and more detailed. Oh, stop it. You guys are just pumping me up. Get out of here. That's hilarious. Oh, God. Good grief. Gosh. Oh, yeah, well, why'd you ask? I guess I'm a Scorpio is what they say, but I don't really know all that's supposed to mean. Oh, stop it. You guys are goofy. I had the same birthday as your son? Oh, really? Oh, please. This is sad you guys are trying to turn it into a dating website for Tom. Why is that sad, I suppose? That's not what I'm trying to do. But okay, we can lay off on some of the dating talk stuff. I don't want to creep people out. They tried a Whataburger. They had a Whataburger when I was in town. When I lived in Texas, they had a Whataburger there. I'm doing pretty good, Isabel. You have a direction for your channel? It's still the same direction it's always been. We definitely want to continue making vlogs and showing our how we manage a big family in our family and show real life. That's been my goal from the beginning, is to just show. You can literally watch Claudia be born and grow up on our channel. That's awesome. There's this video series called 7 Up. You guys may not have ever heard of it, but it's a show that started, I think, in the 50s and maybe the 60s. And they took a bunch of 7-year-old kids and they video them in their own life. And they've made a new video every 7 years. I think they're on 56 Up. And so they're now 56, 60-year-old people. And they just show how each one grew up. And I'm very interested to see how they did grow up, what decisions they made in their life, how they worked. And I like being able to see that on our channel. And then after I'm dead and gone, it'll still be there for people. These things that we're wrestling with, raising children, spiritual issues, death, life, all these things are all going to be out there. And so, yeah, me and Andrea watched the 7 Up series. We absolutely loved it. And we think about that a lot with our channel. We thought about that, always did. So, well, thank you, Amy. How is Solomon? Solomon is a precious boy. He's super sweet and awesome. He's so kind and nice and sensitive. And yet he's still so tough as a boy. It's really cute. Where can you watch this at? That's a good question. I would be surprised if they weren't all up on YouTube. believe it or not. Go search 7-Up. You'll at least find people talking about it. And the movie kind of destroyed some of these people. I think they're all in the UK and London and stuff. And then some of them move and they go and take these videos. And the series has kind of messed up some of their lives and turned them into real bad people. Some people stop being on the video altogether. But it's been very interesting anyways. Well, hey, Cheryl, good to see you. They're going to host the pantry tour update. Yeah, that needs to happen. Once I finish the pantry, I mean, I'm totally in bathroom mode right now. And I suspect maybe 2 more weeks, I'll have the bathroom taken care of. Maybe. That might be a little optimistic. 3 weeks? What would you say is your favorite family tradition? I can't put it into one thing, but I love, Andrea would say, anything worth doing is worth doing routinely. And all these things, you think as parents all the time about, I should take my kids out more. I should probably take them to the park more. I should probably play games with them more. I should probably you think all these things. Then Andrea would just say, okay, how about Tuesday nights is a game night? And I was like, I don't know if I can commit to that. That's a lot of commitment. Well, just be a quick, easy game. Just a simple thing to play with the family. Okay, and then we do it. And so then we have all these, now we have lots of traditions. We have Thursday night anime night and pizza. We got Tuesdays taco night and game night. We got library day. We have all these different things. And all these tiny little traditions all add up to being my favorite. Bathroom live again. Did you guys like doing the bathroom work live? I wasn't sure if that actually turned out, if you guys liked that or not. Who gets the first shower? Or will it be all boys only, girls upstairs? It's probably going to be girls upstairs, although it's not going to be restricted. They can do whatever what they want. I'm going to get the first shower. Did I build the store on myself? Yes, I did, ma'am, fan. I don't know if she catches that. The boys excited about their bathroom? They are. They are. You did enjoy the DIY bathroom video? Oh, well, great. I only had a few people trying to give me out permits and stuff, although you don't need any. Andrea played The Sims. She enjoyed The Sims, and she liked Tetris, Mario Brothers. That was the extent of her gaming. Seven Up is on Amazon. Is it? What's Asher's YouTube channel? He doesn't have one. YouTube channel most important, and they will remember those times as they become adults. They will. What's something you would like to be remembered for? Oh, man. I would like to be remembered for, I don't know. I want to be wise if I had to choose. I always liked those stories when I was little. You always see those cartoons where there's a guy that climbs a mountain. There's a sage sitting on top of a mountain that answers all of his questions. I always wanted to be that guy. I always wanted to meet somebody like that. I thought when I was a kid, all old people were wise. There's this idea that old people are wiser. I think generally you get wiser as you get older. But I think I've shared this story before, but I remember being in a room with an old person once, and nobody else was around. I was always too embarrassed, but I wanted to ask them for their secrets of life. I said, do you have any advice for me, or any secrets of life, things you've learned in all the years you've been alive? And the guy's like, no, I don't think so. I'm like, what? What happened to this great wisdom? So I want to be that person for my kids and my grandkids, if God allows me. Hey, Chris. Yeah, it's hard to believe it's been 8 months. Kids caught one of the kids eating snacks before it was time. Oh, it happens all the time. In fact, Hannah is the biggest offender right now. If you leave the pantry door open, she will get into that snack box right quick. And she'll bring it to you to open it. And you have this little cute little girl going, please, please. And it's like, oh, you're so cute. Here you go. The pudding, yeah, exactly. I didn't know where she found that pudding. The door was not open, but she got it from somewhere. Hannah's so sweet. She loves me so much. It's so precious. She helps me a lot emotionally to be able to just hold a baby and have her just nuzzle her head onto you and just hug you so tight. Oh man, that's magic right there. Modalism versus Trinitarianism? Oh, it's not. You made your cinnamon rolls lately? No, I'm way overdue. The kids love my cinnamon rolls. That's like universal favorites in our house. I need to do that. What am I doing? Where am I going to work tomorrow? Tomorrow, I have a couple of jobs in the morning. Maybe I can make cinnamon rolls tomorrow. That might be fun. What are we at? I should probably wrap this up here pretty quick. Well, hey, Bindi. You have an appointment in Appleton? Yeah. Yeah, there's this guy out there. He keeps doing stupid stuff to his computer. I got to go out there and help him out. All right. Well, I think we'll probably wrap it up. Well, it's ever eat the food that's been canned? Not as much as we should. We've been eating some of the plums and the apple pie filling. But all right, we're gonna sign off, guys. I appreciate you hanging out with me. I very much enjoyed it. It was a lot of fun. I laughed a couple times, which is a rare thing, and it was real nice. We got some boys here.
It's only 36 degrees out. But there's two on the airplane that was really cold.
All right, well, see you guys later. We will see you. What's the next thing on the list? You'll probably be seeing a video here pretty soon on the school week 28 from last year with Andrea. And don't forget to like and subscribe. We'll see you guys later. Thanks a lot.